Today I'm going to be installing the stereo. I'm installing the Pioneer AVH X4500 BT. I chose not to use the steering wheel controls for this one. I might add them in later, but I do have the wiring harness that we need for it, 24 pin. I do have the radio replacement interface, so your chimes and everything will work. Doubled in dash kit, of course, for it'll fit the year, and good old GM antenna adapters. Okay, hopefully everybody can see this alright. We're going to start taking apart pieces of the dash here. We got a couple panels in here that we got to take off. The strip here and the strip around here. You're going to feel like they're going to break, but they're not going to break, so don't worry too much about that. That should be good enough for me. I'm not going to pop it all the way out. Should be like 6 clips holding this thing on. 3, 4, 5, and 6. See, there's all these little clips in there. They'll come out. Like I say, it sounds like you're breaking it, but as long as you're not working out in super cold temperatures, you should be okay. So now that we got those all out, we got 2, 3, 4 screws here that we can take out from the stereo. Okay, for this, we're going to take out the 4 screws. I'm using a 7mm. Now let's grab hold of the head unit, pull it all out. And you're going to want to detach the GM harness. Squeezing these little blue tabs. Should do them all at the same time, that gray one pops out easier. Now this is one of their big 24-bit. Okay, so what I've done now is I got my got the faceplate all, I should say the faceplate, the actual deck, and the adapter here all together. Wasn't really greatest instructions for anybody who doesn't really know what they're doing with these kits, but this is the kit that I got. But we can't read it. I'd probably get bail backwards, but anyways. The kit's fairly simple. It's got a trim ring, mounting panel, and then the 2 side brackets and spacers. For this application on the back, we don't actually need any of the spaces on the back, according to what this thing is telling me. I might put them on anyways, but so the diagram in the book of the deck itself, it tells me, it gives me 6 different screws to put in here, or 6 of the same screws. There's 2 different styles. I put in the round head ones, 3 on each side. What I had actually done, I didn't figure you really needed to see. I mounted it inside and I just put the dash piece back on just to see how it fit. Looks like it should be pretty good. So now that I got this thing in there, I'm going to go and do all the wiring. Okay, so as far as the stereo wiring, I won't show you how I'm going to wire it all together exactly. I'm going to be using my soldering gun to solder. There's the kit that I got here The C2RGM11B is the one that we need for this particular application. Sorry. I did have another harness that I bought with the stereo, but the sales girl didn't really know what she was talking about, so that has to be returned. But the only two harnesses that you'll need, this harness is the one that comes with the kit, a little module, and this is the one that comes with the car. So I could use butt connectors, but I prefer to do the soldering. I think it's a better, cleaner connection. Yeah, so I'll get them all done and then I'll come back. Okay, so I've got all my wiring harness all done together here. I got everything, because I soldered everything, used heat shrink on it. I got everything taped together to keep it nice and clean. This is your pack, little interface module. If you don't already have a ding in your car, like if the chimes aren't going on, there's a little switch. I don't know if you can see it inside of here. It's there's an on and off position. You'll see it has it on here. My chime is working, and it's kind of annoying having two different chimes going at different intervals, so I just shut this one off. A couple of wires that I didn't hook up. I did have the reverse gear signal output. I think that has to do with the camera. If yours is equipped with the camera, you can do it after, so I didn't touch that. Same thing with the mute. I had nothing to do with that. The other one wire that they're talking about in here that comes off your harness is your SWC output. Now, that's your steering wheel control. I'm not going to use that right now. I could probably hook it up later if I want, but I chose at this point just to use my deck, and then I have a few lights that aren't working anyway, so I thought, well, I might as well just get used to the deck and be it that way. But anyway, I got that all done. The last harness, or the last wire to hook up here, is for the backup, or for parking brake, sorry. Now, laws require that this is hooked up to your park brake on the power side, so you cannot run this, watch a DVD as you're driving down the road. There are ways to bypass it. I think I'm just gonna hook it up normally. So we got your pin connector, quick little connection. Second one up. Go click into there. Now this is also your antenna. I do have my adapter. Got that over there. Click it in place. Of course, it won't click in there very well. There, we got that in place. Now it's all ready for everything to go in. Yeah, I think I got everything I need. I'll start hooking everything up here. I do have the USB port. I've got that hooked around. I'll hook that up. I also wired in, I have a microphone for the Bluetooth. What I've actually done is I got it going up the side. And I don't know if you can see it, but I actually got it right up in here. So I ran the wire down, took the pillar off, got it down through the pillar, under the dash and over, and I just tied it right into that harness just to make it a little bit better all around, I think. Got all my kind of cleaned up, everything's in place. So the only thing I haven't done yet is my brake cable, or the brake line, sorry. So I can just feed that line through once I get all the rest of it done. But anyways, look at all the switches in all the inputs in the back. You have your auxiliary cable in there. I'm not going to bother with that. This thing I can get my iTunes to go through. Chances are that's all I'm ever going to play, so I won't bother with that. Hook the microphone up into its port. Put the wiring harness. Click that into place. This is for the, I have an extra plug. It was for the Sirius satellite. I'm not going to be using it, so that's just going to stay off to the side. And of course we got your antenna. For your radio. Have it click into place, everything looks good. It's going to be tight in here for wires, I'm pretty sure. Just going to want to snug everything back. Feed that through. Park brake. Pull that wire snug. Now, if everything from the harnesses, you have it all nice and clean, you tucked everything down there. Just give it a couple of fits in here just to see how it's going to work. Still bumping just a little bit back there. Turn everything on here. Yeah, away she comes, on she goes. Now, like I say, I haven't got all the stuff hooked up quite yet. I do have a DVD player. There's shitty AM radio. Go to an automatic station here. One of our local stations. Never done a thing with this thing before, ever. So we'll just bear with me while I find a station that works.
Cheese bread and drink combo.
There we go. So everything works.
That's right. If you want to get your son.
Let's go into source here. We're going to go to the disc. And because I don't have this hooked up, it's going to tell me that it's not going to play it. There you go. If you're in a front seat, video source will drive and it's strictly prohibited. So it's, you can hear it is actually playing the movie right now.
We just sent up a flare that's going to lead them right to us.
But what this has to be done,
we move that first thing in the morning.
They have to hook up to the source on the park brake. You probably could hook it up to a switch if you really wanted to. We'll show you. I'll ground ground it out here.
We had a good run.
Gotta find one that works.
Time for you to go do your own thing.
There, so I just hooked it up.
Heard they're doing some crazy shit in Tokyo.
There we go. Start putting all your trim pieces back on. If you wanted to do a switch, I'd recommend somewhere in here with your little dummy panel, or the sides. If you wanted to, everybody's got their own opinions on what looks good, what doesn't. So click all your trim panels back in. Feed this one through. First. Always got to be one difficult. Just like a woman. Still quite a bit. There, so there you have it. With the exception of my trim ring, which I'm going to try and do something here to make it work. But other than that, that's how I installed my stereo. Just remember to pick up your ground, cover your power wire there to your park brake. I have my USB port. Just can find a nice little place for that, but other than that, that's how you put a doubled in deck in a 06 Cobalt.